Is Brother Ben here? Brother Ben. Now, Ben got a heck of a program. A lot of people listening to Brother Ben. And Ben tells them about the minister. And Ben tells them about the minister.
In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. I would like to greet y'all with the greeting words of peace we said in the Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum. Man, I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it is hella hard right now. Man, this weather out here in Texas is something. So if this live goes off, family, it's probably because it's storming again. Dang, I mean, it's loud too. I know y'all probably can't hear it because it's microphone, but this, woo. Anyway, they ain't got nothing to do with Ramadan or y'all. Okay, we are on, let's see here. We are on part number 8 today. We are on page 310. If you're reading out of the Maulana Muhammad Ali version. For those who need the chapter in the ayat, we are on chapter 6 or surah 6, ayat 111. Chapter 6, verse or ayat 111. If we can go ahead and get the queue together as well of the readers. Go ahead and get the queue of the readers. Also, keep in mind today, feedback will be limited to 3 minutes. Okay, feedback will be limited to 3 minutes. You can press 1 again, but your time that you go is going to be limited to 3 minutes. All right. Weather is something else out here, man. Texas. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start off with part 8. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone as well. For those who don't know, Ramadan Mubarak simply is me wishing everyone a blessed Ramadan. When you see others say, Ramadan Kareem, dear brother, that's simply them saying, returning the greetings and wishing me a blessed Ramadan. When you hear me say, Assalamu alaikum, that's me saying, peace be unto you. And when they say, wa alaikum salam, my goodness, that's them basically saying, I'm wishing you back peace. When Jesus came, he wouldn't have said, what's up? He wouldn't have said, what's popping slime? He wouldn't have said, what's cracking? In scripture, it says, he says, peace be unto you. So that's all we're saying when you hear somebody say, Assalamu alaikum. When you hear somebody say, Allahu Akbar, that just simply means God is the greatest. I know TV and the movies told you it probably meant something else, but Allahu Akbar simply means God is the greatest. Okay? All right, let's get started here. Here we go. Section 14, polytheist opposition. And even if we send down to them angels and the dead speak to them, and we bring them all things before them, they would not believe unless Allah please. But most of them are ignorant. And thus did we make for every prophet an enemy, the devils from among men and jinn, some of them inspiring others with gilded speech to deceive them. And if thy Lord please, they would not do it. So leave them alone with what they forge. And that the hearts of those who believe not in the hereafter may incline thereto, and that they may be pleased with it, and that they may earn what they are earning. Shall I then seek a judge other than Allah, when he it is who has sent down to you the book fully explained? And those whom we have given the book know that it is revealed by thy Lord with truth. So be not thou of the disputers. And the word of thy Lord has been accomplished truly and justly. There is none who can change his words, and he is the hearer, the knower. And if thou obey most of those in the earth, they will lead thee astray from Allah's way. They follow not but conjecture, and they only lie. Surely thy Lord, he knows best who goes astray from his way, and he knows best the guided ones. Eat then of that on which Allah's name has been mentioned, if you are believers in his messages. And what reason have you that you should not eat of that on which Allah's name is mentioned, when he has already made plain to you what he has forbidden to you, accepting that which you are compelled to? And surely many lead people astray by their low desires through ignorance. Surely thy Lord, he best knows the transgressors. And avoid open sin and secret ones. Surely they who earn sin will be rewarded for what they have earned. And eat not of that on which Allah's name has not been mentioned, and that is surely a transgression. And certainly the devils inspire their friends to contend with you, and if you obey them, you will surely be polytheists. Section 15, the chief opponents. Is he who was dead, then we raised him to life and made for him a light by which he walks among the people, like him whose likeness is that of one in darkness, whence he cannot come forth. Thus their doings are made fair seeming to the disbelievers. And thus we have made in every town the leaders of its guilty ones, that they may make plans therein, and they plan not, but against themselves, and they perceive not. And when a message comes to them, they say, we will not believe, till we are given the like of that which Allah's messengers are given. Allah best knows where to place his message. Humiliation from Allah and severe chastisement will surely befall the guilty for their planning. So whoever Allah intends to guide, he expands his breast for Islam, and whomsoever he intends to leave in error, he makes his breast straight and narrow, as though he were ascending upwards. Thus does Allah lay uncleanness on those who believe not. And this is the path of thy Lord, a straight path. Indeed, we have made the messages clear for people who mind. Theirs is the abode of peace with their Lord, and he is their friend because of what they do. And on the day when he will gather them all together, O assembly of jinn, you took away a great part of men. And their friends from among men will say, our Lord, some of us profited by others, and we have reached our appointed term, which thou didn't appoint for us. He will say, the fire is your abode. You shall abide therein, except as Allah please. Surely thy Lord is wise, knowing. And thus do we make some of the iniquitous to befriend others on account of what they earn. Brother Javar. Sorry. You can go now.
Section 16, evils of idolatry. O community of jinn and men, did there not come to you messengers from among you, relating to you my messages and warning you of the meeting of this day of yours? They will say, we bear witness against ourselves, and this world's life deceived them, and they will bear witness against themselves that they were disbelievers. This is because thy Lord would not destroy towns unjustly, while their people are negligent, and for all degrees according to their doings, and thy Lord is not heedless of what they do. And thy Lord is the self-sufficient one, the Lord of mercy. If he please, he may remove you, and make whom he pleases successors after you, even as he raised you up from the seed of other people. Surely that which you are promised will come to pass, and you cannot escape it. Say, O my people, act according to your ability. I too am acting. So you will soon come to know for whom is the good end of the abode. Surely the wrongdoers will not succeed. And they set apart a portion for Allah out of what he has created of tilt and cattle, and say, this is for Allah. So they assert, and this for our associate gods. Then that which is for their associate gods reaches not Allah, and that which is for Allah reaches their associate gods. Evil is what they judge, and thus their associate gods have made fair seeming to many polytheists the killing of their children, that they may cause them to perish and obscure for them their religion. And if Allah had pleased, they would not have done it. So leave them alone with that which they forge. And they say, such and such cattle and crops are prohibited. None shall eat them except such as we please. So they assert, and cattle whose backs are forbidden, and cattle on which they would not mention Allah's name, forging a lie against him. He will requite them for what they forge. And they say, that which is in the wombs of such and such cattle is reserved for our males and forbidden to our wives. And if it be stillborn, they are partners in it. He will reward them for their false attribution. Surely he is wise, knowing. They are losers indeed who kill their children foolishly without knowledge and forbid that which Allah has provided for them, forging a lie against Allah. They indeed go astray and are not guided. Section 17, Idolaters' Self-Imposed Prohibitions. And he it is who produces gardens, trellised and untrellised, and palms and seed produce, of which the fruits are of various sorts, and olives and pomegranates like and unlike. Eat of its fruits when it bears fruits, and pay the due of it on the day of his reaping, and be not prodigal. Surely he loved not the prodigals. And of the cattle he has created some for burden and some for slaughter. Eat of that which Allah has given you, and follow not the footsteps of the devil. Surely he is your open enemy. 8 in pairs of the sheep, 2, and of the goats 2. Say, has he forbidden the 2 males, or the 2 females, or that which the wombs of the 2 females contain? Inform me with knowledge if you are truthful. And of the camels 2, and of the cows 2, say, has he forbidden the 2 males, or the 2 females, or that which the wombs of the 2 females contain? Or were you witnesses when Allah enjoined you this? Who is then more unjust than he who forges a lie against Allah to lead man astray without knowledge? Surely Allah guides not the iniquitous people.
Brother Khalil.
Section 18, Prohibited Foods. Say, I find not in that which is revealed to me aught forbidden for an eater to eat thereof, except that it be what dies of itself, or blood poured forth, or flesh of swine, for that surely is unclean, or what is a transgression, other than the name of Allah having been invoked on it. But whoever is driven to necessity, not desiring nor exceeding the limit, then surely thy Lord is forgiving, merciful. And to those who are Jews, we forbade every animal having claws, and of oxen and sheep we forbade them the flat thereof, except such as was on their backs, or the entrails, or what was mixed with bones. This was a punishment we gave them on account of their rebellion, and we surely and we are surely truthful. But if they give thee the lie, then say, Your Lord is the Lord of all encompassing mercy, and his punishment cannot be averted from the guilty people. Those who are polytheists say, If Allah pleased, we would not have set up aught with him, nor our fathers, nor would we have made anything unlawful. Thus did those before them reject the truth until they tasted our punishment. Say, Have you any knowledge so you would bring it forth to us? You only follow a conjecture, and you only tell lies. Say, Then Allah's is the conclusive argument. So if he had pleased, he would have guided you all. Say, Bring your witnesses who bear witness that Allah forbade this. If they bear witness, then do not thou bear witness with them, and follow not the low desires of those who reject our messages and those who believe not in the hereafter, and they make others equal with their Lord. Section 19, Guiding Rules of Life. Say, Come, I will recite what your Lord has forbidden to you. Associate not with him, and do good to parents. And slay not your children for fear of poverty. We provide for you and for them, and draw not nigh to indecency, open or secret, and kill not the soul which Allah has made sacred except in the course of justice. This he enjoins upon you, that you may understand. And approach not the property of the orphan, except in the best manner, until he attains his maturity, and give full measure and weight with equity. We impose not on any soul a duty except to the extent of its ability. And when you speak, be just, though it be against a relative, and fulfill Allah's covenant. This he enjoins on you, that you may be mindful. And know that this is my path, the right one. So follow it, and follow not other ways, for they will lead you away from his way. This he enjoins on you, that you may keep your duty. Again, we gave the book to Moses to complete our blessings on him, who would do good and make plain all things, and a guidance and a mercy, so that they might believe in the meeting with their Lord.
Brother Remus.
Section 20, The Goal for the Faithful. And this is a book we have revealed, full of blessings. So follow it and keep your duty, that mercy may be shown to you. Lest you should say that the book was revealed only to two parties before us, and we were truly unaware of what they read. Or lest you should say, if the book had been revealed to us, we would have been better guided than they. So indeed, there has come to you clear proof from your Lord, and guidance and mercy. Who is then more unjust than he who rejects Allah's messages and turns away from them? We reward those who turn away from our messages with an evil chastisement because they turned away. They wait not aught, but that the angels should come to them, or that thy Lord should come, or that some of the signs of thy Lord should come. On the day when some of the signs of thy Lord come, its faith will not profit a soul which believed not before, nor earn good through its faith. Say, wait. We too are waiting. As for those who split up their religion and became sects, thou hast no concern with them. Their affair is only with Allah. Then he will inform them of what they did. Whoever brings a good deed will have tenfold like it, and whoever brings an evil deed will be recompensed only with the like of it, and they shall not be wronged. Say, as for me, my Lord has guided me to the right path, a right religion, the faith of Abraham, the upright one. And he was not of the polytheists. Say, my prayer and my sacrifice and my life and my death are all surely for Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate has he, and this am I commanded, and I am the first of those who submit. Say, shall I seek a Lord other than Allah, while he is the Lord of all things? And no soul earns evil but against itself. nor does a bearer of burden bear another's burden. Then to your Lord is your return. So he will inform you of that in which you differed. And he it is who has made you successors in the land, and exalted some of you in rank above others, that he may try you by what he has given you. Surely thy Lord is quick in requiting evil, and he is surely the forgiving, the merciful. Chapter 7, Al-Araf, the elevated places. Section 1, opponent's doom. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I, Allah, am the best knower, the truthful. A book revealed to thee. So let there be no straightness in thy breast concerning it, that thou mayest warn thereby, and a reminder to the believers. Follow what has been revealed to you from your Lord, and follow not besides him any guardians. Little do you mind. And how many a town have we destroyed? So our punishment came to it by night, or while they slept at midday. Yet their cry, when our punishment came to them, was nothing but that they said, surely we were wrongdoers. Then certainly we shall question those to whom messengers were sent, and we shall question the messengers. Then surely we shall relate to them with knowledge, and we are never absent. And the judging on that day will be just. So as for those whose good deeds are heavy, they are the successful. And as for those whose good deeds are light, those are they who ruined their souls because they disbelieved in our messages. And certainly we established you in the earth and made therein means of livelihood for you. Little it is that you give thanks.
Sister Diabra.
Section 2, the devil's opposition to man. And we indeed created you, then we fashioned you, then we said to the angels, make submission to Adam. So they submitted except the bliss. He was not of those who submitted. He said, what hindered thee that thou didst not submit when I commanded thee? He said, I am better than he. Thou hast created me of fire, while him thou didst create of dust. He said, then go forth from this state, for it is not for thee to behave proudly therein. Go forth, therefore, surely thou art of the abject ones. He said, respite me till the day when they are raised. He said, thou art surely of the respited ones. He said, as thou hast adjudged me to be Aaron, I will certainly lie in wait for them in thy straight path. Then I shall certainly come upon them from before them and from behind them, from their right and from their left. And thou wilt not find most of them thankful. He said, get out of it, despised, driven away. Whoever of them will follow thee, I will certainly fill hell with you all. And we said, O Adam, dwell thou and thy wife in the garden, so eat from which you desire, but go not near this tree, lest you become of the unjust. But the devil made an evil suggestion to them, that he might make manifest to them that which had been hidden from them of their shame. And he said, your Lord has forbidden you this tree, lest you become angels or become of the immortals. And he swore to them both, surely I am a sincere advisor to you. Thus he caused them to fall by deceit. So when they had tasted of the tree, their shame became manifest to them, and they both began to cover themselves with the leaves of the garden. And their Lord called to them, did I not forbid you that tree and say to you that the devil is surely your open enemy? They said, our Lord, we have wronged ourselves, and if thou forgive us not and have not mercy on us, we shall certainly be of the losers. He said, go forth, some of you, the enemies of others, and there is for you in the earth an abode and a provision for a time. He said, therein shall you live, and therein shall you die, and therefrom from shall you be raised. Section 3, warning against the devil's insinuations. O children of Adam, we have indeed sent down to you clothing to cover your shame, and clothing for beauty, and clothing that guards against evil, that is the best. This is of the messages of Allah, that they may be mindful. O children of Adam, let not the devil seduce you, as he expelled your parents from the garden, pulling off from them their clothing, that he might show them their shame. He surely sees you, he as well as his hosts, from whence you see them not. Surely we have made the devils to be the friends of those who believe not. And when they commit an indecency, they say, we found our fathers doing this, and Allah has enjoined it on us. Say, surely Allah enjoys not indecency. Do you say of Allah that you know not? Say, my Lord enjoys justice, and set aright your faces at every time of prayer, and call on him, being sincere to him in obedience. As he brought you into being, so shall you return. A party has he guided, and another party. Perdition is justly their doom. Surely they took the devils for friends instead of Allah, and they think that they are rightly guided. O children of Adam, attend to your adornment at every time of prayer, and eat and drink, and be not prodigal. Surely he loves not the prodigals.
Brother Daniel.
Section 4, Messengers sent for uplift of humanity. Say, who has forbidden the adornment of Allah, which he has brought forth for his servants, in the good provisions? Say, these are the believers in the life of this world, purely theirs on the resurrection day. Thus do we make thus do we make the messages clear for a people who know. Say, my Lord forbids only indecencies, such of them as are apparent and such as are concealed, in sin and unjust rebellion, and that you associate with Allah that for which he has sent down no authority, and that you say of Allah what you know not. And every nation has a term, so when its term comes, they cannot remain behind the least while, nor can they precede it. O children of Adam, if messengers come to you from among you, relating to you my messages, then whosoever guards against evil and acts aright, they shall have no fear, nor shall they grieve. And those who reject our messages and turn away from them haltingly, these are the companions of the fire. They shall abide in it. Who is then more unjust than he who forges a lie against Allah or rejects his messages? These, their portion of the book shall reach them until when our messengers come to them, causing them to die. They say, where is that which you use to call upon besides Allah? They would say, they are going away from us, and they shall bear witness against themselves that they were disbelievers. He will say, enter into the fire among the nations that have passed away before you, from among the jinn and men. Every time a nation enters, it curses its sister until when they all follow one another into it. The last of them will say, with regards to the first of them, our Lord, these led us astray. So give them a double chastisement of the fire. He will say, each one has a double, but you know not. And the first of them will say to the last of them, you have no preference over us, so taste the chastisement for what you earn. Section 5. Those who accept the message. Those who reject our messages and turn away from them haltingly, the doors of heaven will not be open for them, nor will they enter the garden until the camel pass through the eye of the needle, and thus do we reward the guilty. They shall have a bed of hell, and over them coverings of it. And thus do we requite the wrongdoers. As for those who believe and do good, we impose not on any soul a duty beyond its scope. They are the owners of the garden, therein they abide. And we shall remove whatever of ill feeling is in their hearts. Rivers flow beneath them, and they say, all praise is due to Allah, who guided us to this. And we would not have found the way if Allah had not guided us. Certainly the messengers of our Lord brought the truth, and it will be cried out to them. This is the garden which you are made to inherit for what you did. And the owners of the gardens called out to the companions of the fire. We have found that which our Lord promised us to be true. Have you too found that which your Lord promised to be true? They will say yes. Then a crier will cry out among them. The curse of Allah is on the wrongdoers, to hinder men from Allah's way and seek to make it crooked, and they are disbelievers in the hereafter. And between them is a veil, and on the elevated places are men who know all by their marks, and they call out to the owners of the garden, peace be to you. They have not yet entered it, though they hope. And when their eyes are turned towards the companions of the fire, they say, our Lord, place us not with the unjust people.
Section 6. Helplessness of opponents. And the owners of the elevated places call out to men whom they recognize by their marks, saying, of no avail were you to your amassings and your arrogance. Are these they about whom you swore that Allah would not bestow mercy on them? Enter the garden. You have no fear, nor shall you grieve. And the companions of the fire call out to the owners of the garden, pour on us some water, or some that which Allah has provided you. They say, surely Allah has forbidden them both to the disbelievers, who take their religion for an idle sport and a play, and this world's life deceives them. So this day we shall forsake them, as they neglected the meeting of this day of theirs, and as they denied our messages. And certainly we have brought them a book which we make clear with knowledge, a guidance, and a mercy for a people who believe. Did they wait for aught but its final sequel? On the day when its final sequel comes, those who neglected it before will say, indeed, the messengers of our Lord brought the truth. Are there any intercessors on our behalf so that they should intercede for us? Or could we be sent back so that we should do deeds other than those which we did? Indeed, they have lost their souls, and that which they forged has failed them. Section 7. The righteous will prosper. Surely your Lord is Allah, who created the heavens and the earth in 6 periods, and he is established on a throne of power. He makes the night cover the day, which it pursues incessantly. And he created the sun and the moon and the stars, made subservient by his command. Surely his is the creation and the command. Blessed is Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Call on your Lord humbly and in secret. Surely he loves not the transgressors, and make not mischief in the earth after its reformation. And call on him, fearing and hoping. Surely the mercy of Allah is nigh to the doers of good. And he it is who sends forth the winds, bearing good news before his mercy, till when they bear a laden cloud, we drive it to a dead land. Then we send down water on it, then bring forth thereby fruits of all kinds. Thus do we bring forth the dead, that you may be mindful. and the good land, its vegetation, comes forth abundantly by the permission of its Lord, and that which is inferior, its herbage, comes from but scantily. Thus do we repeat the messages for a people who give thanks. Brother Gerald?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Assalamu Section 9, correct?
Section 8.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Section 8. Assalamu Section 8, Surah, Ayat 59. Certainly we sent Noah to his people. So he said, O my people, serve Allah. You have no God other than him. Indeed, I fear for you the chastisement of a grievous day. The chiefs of his people said, surely we see thee in clear error. He said, O my people, there is no error in me, but I am a messenger from the Lord of the worlds. I deliver to you the message of my Lord, and I offer you good advice, and I know from Allah what you know not. Do you wonder that a reminder has come to you from your Lord through a man from among you, that he may warn you and that you may guard against evil and that mercy may be shown to you? But they called him a liar. So we delivered him and those with him in the ark, and we drowned those who rejected our messengers. Surely they were a blind people. Section 9, Hud, or Hud. And to Ad we sent their brother Hud. He said, O my people, serve Allah. You have no God other than him. Will you not then guard against evil? The chiefs of those who disbelieved from among his people said, certainly we see thee in folly, and we certainly think thee to be of the liars. He said, O my people, there is no folly in me. I am a messenger of the Lord of the worlds. I deliver to you the messages of my Lord, and I am a faithful advisor to you. Do you wonder that a reminder has come to you from your Lord through a man from among you, that he may warn you? And remember when he made you successors after Noah's people and increased you in excellence of make. So remember the bounties of Allah, that you may be successful. They said, hast thou come to us that we may serve Allah alone and give up that which our fathers used to serve? Then bring to us what thou threatened us with, if thou art of the truthful. He said, indeed, uncleanliness and wrath from your Lord have lighted upon you. Do you dispute with me about names which you and your fathers have named? Allah has not sent any authority for them. Wait then, I too with you am of those who wait. So we delivered him and those with him by mercy from us. And we cut off the roots of those who rejected our messengers and were not believers. Continue.
No, sir. Up next we have Brother Jafar.
Section 10, Salih and Lot. And to the mood, we sent their brother Salih. He said, O my people, serve Allah. You have no God other than him. Clear proof has indeed come to you from your Lord. This is Allah's she-camel, a sign for you. So leave her alone to pasture in Allah's earth, and do her no harm, lest painful chastisement overtake you. And remember when he made you successors after Ad and settled you in the land. You make mansions on its plains and hew out houses in the mountains. So remember Allah's bounties and act not corruptly in the land, making mischief. The arrogant chiefs of his people said to those who were weak, and to those who believed from among them, do you know that Salih is one sent by his Lord? They said, surely we are believers in that wherewith he has been sent. Those who were haughty said, surely we are disbelievers in that which you believe. Then they hamstrung the she-camel and revolted against their Lord's commandment, and said, O Salih, bring us that which thou threatenest us if thou art of the messengers. So the earthquake seized them, and they were motionless, bodies in their abodes. So he turned away from them and said, O my people, I delivered to you the message of my Lord and gave you good advice, but you love not good advisers. We sent Lot when he said to his people, do you commit an abomination which no one in the world did before you? Surely you come to males with lust instead of females. Nay, you are a people exceeding bounds. And the answer of his people was no other, no other than that they said, turn them out of your town. Surely they are a people who aspire to purity. So we delivered him and his followers, except his wife. She was of those who remained behind, and we rained upon them a rain. See, then, what was the end of the guilty? Section 11, Shu'ad. And the Midian we sent their brother Shu'ad. He said, O my people, serve Allah. You have no God other than him. Clear proof indeed has come to you from your Lord. So give full measure and weight and diminish not to men their things, and make not mischief in the land after its reform. This is better for you if you are believers. And lie not and wait on every road, threatening and turning away from Allah, way whom no and lie not and wait on every road, threatening and turning away from Allah's way, him who believes in him and seeking to make it crooked. And remember, you were few. Then he multiplied you, and see what was the end of the mischief makers. And if there is a party of you who believe in that wherewith I am sent, and another party who believe not, then wait patiently till Allah judges between us, and he is the best of judges.
Praise be to Allah. That is part number 8, family. We are complete. If you on Zoom and you have anything that stood out to you that you would like to share, go ahead and press the number 9 at this time. Go ahead and press the number 9 at this time. Just as a reminder for those who was not here yesterday or here in the beginning, there will be a 3-minute time limit on you, a 3-minute time limit on your feedback. Those of y'all who are tuned in on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, etc., if you would like to join in on us and share feedback or join the actual Zoom that you're witnessing, you can go to www.thepowercall.net, www.thepowercall.net. All right, let's go to Brother Remus.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum, family. Start with page 335, ayat number 34 stuck out to me. And every nation has a term, so when its term comes, they cannot remain behind the least while, nor can they precede it. I looked at 34a in the footnotes, and it says the term of a nation is the time when it is destroyed or punished for its evil deeds. The verse really speaks in general terms of the doom awaiting the opponents of Islam. And I couldn't help but think about us in the nation. And on page 54 in Message to the Black Man, it talks about a good name is better than gold. And then at the end there, when they talk about Noah and the hood and Salih and Lot and Shuaib, every one of those stories is a messenger. Each one of those people are a messenger And Noah says, "O my people, serve Allah. You have no other God in him. Indeed, I fear for you the chastisement of a grievous day. O my people, there's no error in me, but I'm a messenger, not a prophet, from the Lord of the worlds. I deliver to you the messages of my Lord, and I offer to you good advice. And I know from Allah what you know not." I think about Elijah Muhammad. And I heard the minister Farrakhan say many times, was there not somebody who was going to come for us, Allah? Who was going to come deliver us as we over here in a strange land amongst a strange people? So all these lessons that we have been given in the Quran and the package, the way Master Farah Muhammad has put this all together for us at this time for his planet. And on page 54, Mr. Blackman says, one of the first and the most important truths that must be established in this day is our identity. Our people right now, Democrat, Republican, what we going to do till we get our own party? One of the first and most important truths that must be established in this day is our identity. This is what our God, whose proper name is Allah, is guiding me to point out to you, my people, who are members of the lost and found nation. Quran was talking about every nation, called us the lost and found nation in North America. You, my people, who have been robbed of your complete identity for over 400 years, prophecy, is it not time for you to know who you are after 400 years of submission to the white slave masters of America and their false religion of Christianity? Our true God is not like the spook God of Christianity. So, like Noah, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, like Hood, had a message for his people. And so definitely he has a message to the black man in America. And so is he in the Quran by name like that? Was it prophesied? Yeah, when you understand the Mahdi and you understand the Messiah that was to come, then absolutely you can see we have been sent a message and for very specific people to do a very specific job. And I thank y'all. Enjoy your Ramadan.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. The part that I would like to share is Ayah 112 on, it's got to be the beginning. I don't know what chapter it was. It says, and thus did we make for every prophet an enemy, the devils from among men and the jinn. And it made me think about this article of the Final Call, which is titled "All Opposition to Truth Will Be Destroyed." And the minister says, Allah God has ordained opposition for his prophets, messengers, and servants in the establishment of divine revelation. Although Allah God has allowed his prophets to suffer at the hands of the wicked, it never was the intention, though, of Allah God that the wicked would win in their struggle against him and his messengers, particularly the last one, Muhammad. And this is what made me think about this or point this out, is that when we accept God or the mission or our purpose, things don't just become easy because we've done it. It actually becomes more difficult because the struggle is going to bring out of us sublime qualities, or it's going to bring out of us things that we didn't even know was in us to prepare us for what God ultimately wants us to overcome. So don't think when you join, don't think when you finally accept God, whether it's in the mosque, church, synagogue, wherever you go, that, oh, now my life is about to become easy. No, you're about to be presented with difficulty, but the good thing is we should now have access to tools, knowledge, wisdom that we can now take in to fight off the weight that's coming on our shoulders, the weight that's coming on our mind. We now should be able to seek refuge in Allah and lean on him and that word and his messengers so that we won't have to fail and fall due to the pressures of life. So if you have not received opposition, we might want to question, am I a servant? Because if it's saying right here He's ordained opposition for prophets, messengers, and servants, and you have not opposition, maybe you're not as effective yet. Maybe you haven't accepted your own and being yourself just yet the way that you can in reaching your full potential. So don't think opposition, pressure, negativity, bad things is always a bad thing. It's a part of your process. It is ordained. It is a part of the process of making you into a God, little g, of the Most High God. Okay? So I just want to share that so that when you start to experience trials that you don't give up. It's ordained. It's a part of the process. It's normal. Everybody's don't look the same either. So don't look at another brother's trial and say, okay, mine gonna be just like his. Or look at another sister's and say, oh yeah, mine gonna be like hers. Because your trial is specifically for you. We tried also in what we love. So you may love some. Your trial may be slightly different than the other person's because y'all are just two different people. So just be ready for the opposition and accept it with excitement, because I know this is what's going to be necessary for me to prove to myself who I am. It's easy to call myself a believer, a follower when everything is good. But what about when the fire comes? Can I remain steadfast? What about when the fire comes? Can I keep my faith? What about when the fire comes? Can I still push this message of God and strive to bring in the kingdom of heaven on earth, even when the opposition gets fired up? Okay. So that's one of the things I want to share. Let's go to Brother Daniel.
Yes, sir. The first one is chapter 6, verse 158. And it reads, they wait not aught but that the angel should come to them, or that thy Lord should come, or that some of the signs of thy Lord should come. On the day when some of the signs of thy Lord come, its faith will not profit a soul which believed not before, nor earn good through its faith. Say, wait, we too are waiting. I like this one because we have received the coming of God. And it is our job to push that reality and invite the people to the faith. The people don't know. So they're waiting. Now we are in and we have the truth, but sometimes we might be waiting. Sometimes we get an instruction and instead of moving out of what we know we should, oh, can I get another sign, God? Let me get another sign if this is right. Show me something else. We waiting. But when that fate or the result come from waiting, then we won't benefit from that which we should have done in time. So we can't wait. We got to get moving from what we know, lest we fall victim to the time of what must be done. I was also looking at 7:8, which deals with deeds, and it reads, and the judging on that day will be just, so as for those whose good deeds are heavy, they are the successful. I just looked at this because it just shows me how important the doing of good is, and that I should try to make my deeds heavy. We should try to make our deeds heavy and definitely outweigh our evil deeds that we might be successful. And my last one is 7:42, which deals with the scope. And Allah says, and as for those who believe and do good, we impose not on any soul a duty beyond its scope. They are the owners of the garden, therein they abide. This coincides with what our dear brother Ben just talked about. When something is revealed in our life, that causes us trial and tribulation. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that Islam will bring everything out of us, good and evil. So we shouldn't think that something happened to us and, oh, why is this happening to me? This is not fair. I do this, I do that, I make my prayers, I come to the mosque. No, Allah is not putting on us anything beyond our scope. And if we are steadfast, we'll come out and develop that character and be better Muslims. That's all, family. Thank you.
Yes, sir. As I was reading about this opposition, I came across this clip. Allah must wanted me to play it. So here it is.
Opposition comes, it is a gift from God to bring out of you what is in you. Without opposition, you don't know what you are. Have you seen people in the gym shadow boxing? I mean, they look so good. Put somebody in front of them, all that shadow, but you wonder where all that pretty move went. They lost it all because an opponent knocked them out in the first round. You don't know what you are without opposition. God has always given his prophets opposition to test their faith and to strengthen their will. And when your will is strengthened and your faith in God is strengthened, there is nothing that you cannot do. And so Paul said, I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me. Do you know what that means? He didn't say I can do some things. He said I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me. Then he turns around and said, all things are possible. Nothing impossible with Christ. You really believe that? Then what are you backing out of struggle for?
You really believe that? Well, what are you backing out of struggle for? Let's go to Brother Nick.
Peace, family. How y'all doing?
Peace. Black
kind of crazy this morning, but y'all had to feel this energy on here, man. I want to continue talking about the opposition as well too. And it goes to I'm at Surah 7 ayat, honestly the whole section 2. And Brother Ben, I'm not going to go too much after the minister, but I love how you all hinted on the opposition outside of yourselves. But there's an opposition inside of us as well too. The same thing that goes inside of us as well. If we believe we're made from a single cell, you know, as above, so below, as within, so without, we got that opposition inside of us as well that we battle with every single day. And I grew up Christian, and I saw the scripture in Genesis of, you know, the tree and whatnot, and the devil suggesting. But I swear, when you read Quran, it just reveals it in such a different way, to where this is a really conversation that happens all the time with inside of us, and God set it up for this to happen. And it just makes it a lot better because in the Quran, it gives you the plan. It's giving you the enemy's whole plan, what he wants. So he understands that he feels like he's better. You don't have to go the dust route. You're made out of dust. I'm made out of fire. You know, go my route. You don't have to submit your will to Allah. Submit your will to me. Submit to your master that you live in right now. Let's get this money. Let's go get, you know, let's get whatever of the world. And I love Allah because it's like he tells you, if you want the world, I can give that to you. I give you the free will to do all that. But if you want to submit to my will, I can give you that as well too, and life that much more abundantly. And I love that. And I love the fact that we can, it also gives you to play that in ayat 20, Surah 7, ayat 20. It says the devil can only make suggestions. That's all he does. He makes suggestions. It gives you the whole play that the enemy has. And I feel like when we have the playbook, it's tough for us to still struggle when it's like we know what's going to happen. I know this life comes with struggle, but we know what's going to happen, and we just got to continue to make those correct decisions that ultimately make the make us better people. Sorry again for looking crazy like this, but y'all gonna feel this energy this morning. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, man. That's a good point. I was gonna bring out where it says he said, respite me, this is Satan speaking, respite me till the day when they are raised. He said, thou art surely of the respited ones. And the minister said, in other words, he's saying, delay my doom until the day that they are raised. So if his doom is delayed, the more we stay down, then that's his job, is to keep us down. Then the brother said we got to play. He gonna come with an evil suggestion. He makes evil fair seeming. It says, but the devil made an evil suggestion to them that he might make manifest to them that which had been hidden from them of their shame. So in other words, he ain't gonna flat out come tell you to do something. He may just say, hey, just do it tomorrow. So he ain't gonna say don't do it, because then you're too righteous to be like, no, I can't not do it. I know you're tired. Just lay down. You need rest. Or they may come in, about your brother or your sister. Man, I can't believe he would do something like that. Oh, see, don't even got the context. Man, I can't believe she would say, drop a seed on you. Boom. Ooh. Then if you don't check it, that seed is in the back of your mind. It ain't go nowhere. All it needs is a little time in the future to be watered. See, some people got an attitude with you. And here you is thinking, hey, why you got an attitude? You don't have a bad day? No, it might be somebody done dropped a seed on them. They didn't come out and flat out say it, but they shared something. They dropped a little on them, and they just kept it in the back of their head. Then when you did something to them, you wonder like, whoa, was it that bad? No, it was already a seed planted. That's why we got to be mindful, man, of just letting everybody come throw up on you. Cause here you got now, you're not seeing the person who done dropped, who has been, slander or whatever the case may be. Now you seeing them in a different light. Now when they speak, you're not hearing it pure the way that they're speaking, and you're hearing it with the filter of what's been dropped on you. Something, man. This is how the enemy works. We read, it's in how even the agent worked. The agent will go find those who are dissatisfied. Go among the dissatisfied, telling lies, evil suggestions. Man, I think, I think you a better teacher than him, bro. Man, when you speak, man, you call him out, man. Sure, when he speak, man, I don't really get nobody. Come on, man, what is that? Feeding your ego. Look, what is he doing? Dropping the seed. Dropping the seed. Man, you see when he did, you see what he posted. I can't believe he would. What brother did you want to get on? Did you DM him? What did you say? What did you say about him? I mean, what you say to him? Did you offer some guidance? Then shut up talking to me. Because guess what? You're going to be talking about me next. Oh, I'm next. You sitting here telling all the goods to me. I'm going to be next. All I got to do is disappoint you. Oh, don't think you out the game because everybody coming to you to tell you to drop the T on you. You're going to be the T next week. Yeah, I try to be the benefit of the doubt. You bring me something, man, maybe that brother didn't mean that. No, that sister didn't mean that. Nah, at least in the beginning. Shoot, I try, because I know boys and group chats about me. I already know. Yeah, I'm 1,000% sure. So when you bring, I'm like, hey, maybe he didn't mean it in that manner. Maybe she didn't mean. So just be careful, man, about the evil suggestions that your own brain gives to you. Be careful about the evil suggestions, the thoughts that your own brain is telling to yourself. And remember, we was watching something. I don't know if it was Dr. Miles Monroe. And it said the enemy, it was saying like good. I ain't got it all the way right the way I phrased it. But basically, doing good is a distraction of doing right. What I mean by that? You may be at home doing a bunch of stuff. Good. Man, you clean, you did this, you got on this little meeting here, but it ain't the right way that you're supposed to be going. So he's not gonna persuade you and say, go do something bad. Man, go drink, go smoke. No, let me distract you by doing something that can be considered good, but you really should be doing something a little bit better than that. You should be doing something else, but what you're doing not necessarily bad. So this is how we distract ourselves. We get into doing the busy work. We get into justifying things in our mind. So for example, here's one thing I see people do often. Somebody make a lot of money. Nigga, he gotta be a sellout. Oh, look at him. Nigga with the boule. She, they gotta be doing something wrong. Why? Are you justifying where you are? So let me demonize growth. Let me demonize somebody who's doing better so that I can be comfortable where I'm at. Oh man, we play tricks on each other, man. Oh man, we play tricks on each other. Remember, man, and the mood is important. The moods that we in. The moods that we in is important. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad received a letter and he said that he read it and he read it again the other morning. He saw it differently. You don't think that can happen to us? Happening to us when you're dealing with stress, when you don't even know how much you're dealing with and what you're reading and what you're seeing in text messages, you reading it wrong, you getting offended. The person just asking you really a genuine question. You getting offended, you mad, you texting back smart. I'm just we know when it's a smart message and when it's not. You know when you trying to be a little spicy. You know what I mean? But you don't even realize that we being that way sometimes because of the mood, because of what we dealing with, because of what's going on in our mind. And then if we have a seed that's dropped on us, whenever a person sends a message in your mind, they coming with the spice. They ain't got no harm today. Now, yesterday they may have, last week they may have, but today it's just, but the thought that's in your mind, the hidden thoughts that's in your mind about them will taint whatever they send. Now here you are misjudging somebody. Now you in the wrong. They may have been in the wrong in some instance or whatever somebody slandered about them, but now you in the wrong for misjudging. So who's better? Neither one. So let's go. Let's go to Sister Yolanda.
Oh boy, my. I would like to reference Surah 6, Ayat 165, which also goes in hand with Surah 17, Ayat 11 through 13. So part of 165, and he it is had made you successors in the land and exalted some of you in rank above others, that he may try you by what he has given you. Surely thy Lord is quick and requiting evil, and he is surely for the forgiving merciful. Ooh, we 7, where it talks about Iblis, Ayaks 11 through 13, starting with and he indeed created you, then he fashioned you. Then we said to the angels, make submission to Adam, and so on. We already read it. I shouldn't read the whole thing. It makes me think about the thoughts that come to my mind from study group last night. We in study got 11, and this, I might be paraphrasing, keeping the law at the center. And we also spoke on how when the minister departs, how will we, and I'm going to say I, continue to move forward? So in all of that comes to mind as well as submitting to authority. If someone gives me a direction or an order, as you just mentioned, Brother Ben, about us feeling some kind of way, if Yolanda is keeping Allah at the center, just submit. Submit to whatever is being asked of me as long as it doesn't conflict with my religion. And I'm not going outside of the confines of doing what is right. So those 3 ayats stood out to me because I feel like the minister is preparing us for his departure. He has been obedient in not speaking as he was instructed. How am I looking at the teachings now? Who delivers the lecture? Just as we had Savior's Day, we normally see the minister, but Brother Ishmael was there. Me keeping Allah at the center, digging into what is it that he's preparing me for. So my whole thing was submitting, just submission and keeping Allah at the center. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Brother Gerald.
Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
um, I'm looking here on this camera. Okay. What stood out to me is Surah 7, Ayah 60 to 64, where he was speaking about. Well, I'm just going to read this real quick. And it says, the chiefs of the people said, surely we see thee in error. We see thee in clear error. He said, O my people, there is no error in me, but I am a messenger from the Lord of the worlds. I deliver to you the messages of my Lord, and I offer you good advice, and I know from Allah what you know not. Do you wonder that a reminder has come to you from your Lord through a man from amongst you, that he may warn you and that you may guard against evil, and that mercy may be shown you? But they called him a liar. So we delivered him and those with him in the ark, and we drowned those who rejected our messages. Surely they were a blind people. I was listening to this discussion between two quote unquote Orthodox Muslim brothers yesterday, and we're talking about something that happened with brother Dr. Umar in his early childhood, and about his experience in Islam, and then they mentioned the minister, and one of the brothers, the Muslim brothers, had made a statement of saying that I believe he's now, and even though he was a minister at one point in the nation, where he's at now, he said that I believe that the minister is a candidate for psychiatric evaluation, right? And what it made me think about, because in the time of the prophet, peace be upon him, he also was considered to be crazy. You know, people was calling him things like that, because what he's bringing is something that they had never heard before. What he's bringing is something totally contrary to what was going on in that particular time, and it was disrupting what was going on in that particular time. It was disrupting all that they had found comfort in. And when you look at that which I just read, and it goes what we read about Noah, Hud, Salih, and Lot, and Shuaib, and in all of them, Allah sent them. Well, Allah raised them from amongst the people, and then gave them a warning and a message to give to the people. And it just for me, it just makes me deeply reflect on what's going on today, and how so many of us today are just living out that same reality and don't even see it, But all praise be to Allah that, those of us who have recognized and witnessed it are beginning to follow and striving to be a good follower.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you. Is that what happened when the time is up? Boy, that Zoom, boy. Let's go to Brother Remus. All right, let's go to Brother Craig.
I'm sorry, I didn't have it unmuted. I can go after Craig.
Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak. Y'all bear with me with my lingo. Wow. This I just jumping on things, man. I'm all over the place. I got a few books out here this morning. And we were talking about that opposition that comes. And the brother, I forget his name, he was talking about that internal opposition. And that really got me, man. I mean, because that is the opposition. That is the opposition, the internal opposition. When my mom, back in the day, she always used to tell me that when you taking care of yourself, you making sure your place clean, You making sure your side of the street is clean. You doing the things that you need to do for your personal self. You rarely have time to engage in gossip. You rarely have time to rubberneck over into other people's business, although they might still be over in yours, and they are going to come. The external opposition is going to always come. But if I'm focusing on my internal, I don't have time. And if I'm focused on my internal with the word of God, no matter what word it is, I don't have time. When I love how the Nation of Islam and Muslims do the salats. Because I've done this a couple times, and I found that you pray 5 times a day. You have conscious contact with God. You know what I'm saying? If I have a conscious contact with God through the day, and I'm learning the wisdoms and through His Word and through the people who speak it, and I'm learning it, I can get to see and have compassion for other people and why they do things, why they rubberneck and be in your business and gossip and all of that because they're not in touch. They're not in touch. But with me and my situation, I don't have the liberty to address anything on the outside of me. Because once I take the focus off my God and my eyes off God and my internal struggle, for me, my repercussions is vital. You know what I mean? My repercussions is not vital, but deadly. Could be a spiritual death, and it's the place that I never want to go again. So that internal struggle, in that battlefield of my mind, because my mind can take me places, further places than anybody else can. But if I keep myself focused on me and God, I'm gonna do good for others, and I don't have time to worry about other people's stuff. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Brother Remus. Going once, going twice. Sold to the man in the blue hoodie. All right. Brother Remus. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, family. Well, we're gonna go ahead and close out.
Can you hear me now?
I knew this was gonna happen. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh,
How's
I'm
the best?
sorry. I saw. I'm not gonna leave. I saw you, brother Daniel. Go ahead, brother. Remus.
Yeah. Man. So was a lot of goodness in there. Trying to remember exactly what I was going to say, and so I guess I lost the best note because not sure what that was, but it's some good stuff. I'll let you have Mike back. Appreciate you. I lost it. Oh, I know it has something to do with the nation and just the blessing of what we have here. You know, and we were given something brand new. Everybody, when I was talking earlier about Hood and Noah and all of that, the how to live and information about the UFOs. And Noah had a yacht, an ark, I should say. He had to build. And I just see Allah's repeating concepts. And there's nothing small. There's nothing small about what we're doing. It's definitely not some little boys club, girls club. It ain't some other little, this ain't a little church thing. It's huge what we represent to this world. And so to really understand that, and if we don't say that, who's going to say it? Donald Trump, CNN going to tell us, hey, y'all, the nation is really what y'all need to get out of your condition. But everybody that you listen to online, black folks, woke folks, black folks that's conscious and on the highest level, they all want to be the leader. You notice that? You ever thought about that? They all want to repackage Elijah Muhammad's teachings and sell it back to us like it's brand new. Like, oh, wow. Oh, we should separate? Oh, we should have our own. Okay. Like we supposed to act like we just hearing that for the first time. Like, oh, okay. Wow. We the children of Israel? Oh man, I wish someone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just everything the devil will make us do to make sure we don't give credit where credit is due. Elijah Muhammad, knowing doggone well, wasn't nobody standing on that talking about my people that have been slaves and descendants of slaves, and but now all of a sudden, Yvette Cornell is, oh wow, American descendants. Okay, we need. It's just, it's like, man, not being able to give credit where credit is due. That's all. You know, don't steal from Allah. Don't. That's not a good look. Just bear witness to the one that's been standing on that for a long time. Like, and bear witness to when they started saying it, and even the unidentified flying objects and aerial phenomena. Come with it, whatever. You know, something beyond that flying we can't explain. They have another acronym tomorrow, but yeah, somebody let it be known. God, Ezekiel's will is real, and so and the Joint Chiefs of Staff and Ronald Reagan and all that. So my time is up, Brother Ben, but I'm gonna pass the mic back. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Brother Daniel.
Yes, sir. I'm glad our brother brought up the importance of focusing on the internal struggle. And our great sister, Yolanda, talked about Friday night study group. The minister said no believer is exempt from this study. Those who desire is to be qualified as laborers. That's us all. Must be foremost in study and self-analysis in this transformation of our lives. And that brings me to chapter 2, verse 122. Is he who was dead, then we raise him to life and made for him a light by which he walks among the people. Like him whose likeness is that of one in darkness, which he cannot come forth. Thus their doings are made fair seemingly to the disbelievers. That's 6, chapter 6, 122. Then I read another verse that lines up with that, which is 6, 153. And it reads, and know that this is my path, the right one. So follow it, and follow not other ways, for they will lead you astray from his way. This he enjoins on you, that you may keep your duty. And this coincided with what I cited from my dear brother and sister, because this says that if we're going to have this light by which we walk, and we're going to know the way, then we're going to have to not have the knowledge in us to develop that light. And we're going to have to know the teachings to such degree where we won't be led astray. Because we might think we're there, but then as Brother Ben spoke about, when that trial manifests and it hit us, and then Allah show us where we really at, then we're going to have to get back to the books and the practice. And if anybody has ever taken a test in school, which I'm sure we have, the worst thing we can do is wait till the night before and try to cram in a study that should have been taking place over the semester or over the time allotted. So now that we have this time in this day, and what we're doing in this morning Ramadan is so important because it's study. We should keep studying and study and practice to refine our study. So when that test come, and it will come, we can make an account of ourselves and at least get a C, which Brother Jabril said that C grade is when we are able to hear what the minister is saying and put it into practice. Thank you, family.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, family. That is the last person. We're going to go ahead and close out. Thank you all for tuning in. Those of you all who are tuned in on social media, if you would like to tune in via the Zoom, www.thepowercall.net, www.thepowercall.net. Ramadan Mubarak. May you all have a successful fast today. And you guys have a blacktastic day. Assalamu alaikum.
Is Brother Ben here? Brother Ben. Now, Ben got a heck of a program. A lot of people listening to Brother Ben. And Ben tells them about the minister. And Ben tells them about the minister.